Hello and welcome back to yet another reflections from the sink. And every time I do reflections from the sink and I look at it, my bed is always uneven. I don't know why. Maybe I'm on a lean. Anyway, what I want to talk about, I guess I want to talk about the blessings of whānau, the blessings of family, and just what they bring. And it's, I think so often we take family for granted, or we find ourselves warring with family, and so those connections aren't there. And this has sort of come out of, I had a day yesterday where I got up very early in the morning, I think we're up at 3:30, to travel north and to go travelling north with my dad, to go up and collect my mother, who was up north, and also to do me a favour, which was to collect a table that a dear friend of mine has made me the custodian of until she finds her forever home, I suppose. So that could be either a short thing or a long thing. But anyway, it's the sort of trips I've done with my dad in the past, and what I've realised with my dad, and it's probably a male thing, is that the best time to talk to a man is when you're sitting beside them, and they're actually distracted doing other things, and so the conversation tends to go into a flow mode. And I realised just how much I learned. I learned about the landscape. I learned about the environment and how much it's changed. And it was never that conversation. It was never an intentional one. It was my dad talking about his time and how different things were, or how different things are. But then it made me realise that at some point this will be the last, and that one won't be the last. I know that for a fact. But at some point that trip, or those types of trips, will end. Because that's the reality of life, is that we all come to an end at some point, because we in order to start our next journey we have to finish this one, and so in order for people to go home, they have to leave their physical body and go back to where they're from. So just take that time to value those around you. And if it's not your parents, it's reflect on your friends, and just take the time to listen and to be blessed by them and what